Before today's video, it might be a good idea for you to jump in my free Discord server. It's a great place to build and share your crypto knowledge and connect with like-minded, ambitious individuals. It's for people of all experiences, whether you're a crypto newbie or a seasoned professional. So jump in and network with me and an ever-growing community of intellectuals. Yo everyone, welcome back to another video. Very interesting last week for Bitcoin and the overall crypto market. We saw Bitcoin drop from $63,000 all the way down to $53,000 in a matter of days. Now, I know there are a lot of bearish people out there, but I don't think anyone predicted the dip to come with this much speed and intensity. Sentiment has felt seemingly down for a while in crypto, but there are a couple reasons for this huge drop. The first and main one being the repayments of the Mt. Gox fiasco. Some of you may not know exactly what this is, so I'll quickly sum it up. Around 10 years ago, Mt. Gox was the place where everyone bought and sold Bitcoin. There were very few exchanges around at that time, being so early on for crypto. And apparently Mt. Gox was responsible for 70% of all Bitcoin transactions, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, people buying Bitcoin, selling Bitcoin, using the exchange, and then one day it just disappeared. Sounds crazy, but that is literally what happened. Now, I'm not sure if they collapsed or whether they stole the funds. There's a lot of theories out there, but around 950,000 Bitcoin disappeared or was stolen, however you want to put it. But to cut the long story short, the Bitcoin that was stolen is now beginning to be repaid to the original holders. So why is this causing the negative price action that we're seeing? Well, the people receiving their Bitcoin had it 10 years ago when it was around $500-600 in price. They are now receiving their Bitcoin at a 100x valuation since then. So what do you think the majority of people would do if they received an asset of high value? They're going to sell it. Therefore, this is driving the price of Bitcoin down as the repayments are handed out. I want to emphasize this should only be a short to mid-term negative price movement. Naturally, we will get a rebound, but for the time being, it has given us the chance to buy up quality coins at significantly discounted prices. Another factor which may have contributed to the recent downfall in price is the German government allegedly selling a lot of Bitcoin too. Wallet trackers tracked huge amounts of Bitcoin being shifted to exchanges, and this article here states $175 million worth of Bitcoin was sold, but then they also bought some back. These are the two main catalysts that I've seen for the recent drop. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, we saw the recent drop in price, and from a chart perspective, we are seemingly bearish. On both the 4-hour and the daily chart, we are trading below the 200-day moving average, which doesn't bode well for the short term. On the daily chart, the 200 moving average line could be seen as a good support zone, so it'll be interesting to see how the price reacts around this area. We saw a hammer candle on Friday, which could signify a possible reversal. However, we do need to wait and see more candles this week for further confirmation. Another interesting trend to consider on the weekly chart is this 47k level. This could be seen as a support level for Bitcoin in the past, so it's worth keeping an eye on. But look, I'm not a TA specialist. My theory is short to medium term bearish, long term bullish. I've been preaching a sideways summer for a while, and that could be playing out. July will be a very interesting month. I can see negative/stale movement for the majority of this month, but I would like to see us potentially flip to a more bullish scenario as we enter August, with the potentials of rate cuts and US elections moving ever closer. I've seen people calling for 52,000, 47,000 and even 42k levels for Bitcoin. Whilst the latter seems unlikely to me at this point, nothing can be ruled out, and I advise treading with caution in this market at the moment. Also, something worth pointing out, even though Bitcoin's price has been crashing, its dominance has been going up. This isn't a good sign for the alts we hold, and further signifies that we are very far from an alt season. So what should you do right now? It's pretty simple. If you're happy with your exposure, do absolutely nothing. Sit on your bags, wait 12 to 18 months, sell all your positions and ride off happily into the sunset. But if you have been waiting for a dip, buy your projects. This ain't rocket science, guys. It's as simple as that. You've been waiting for a dip, the prices are down, buy your projects. I've mentioned this in my Discord already many times, and I've mentioned it on my channel as well many times, but I'll reiterate it again. I always preach having dry powder on the side for situations like this one. That's a dollar bill, if it's not clear enough already. But I understand everyone's financial situations are different, and it's easier said than done, but it's a great habit to build. That way, when you see dips like this one, you embrace and look forward to them, as you know you can attack and buy at cheap prices as opposed to crying because your portfolio is down. Now, this is something that I haven't seen highlighted too often in this space, but that doesn't mean that you have to buy every single dip. This is fine if you have lots of money, happy days, you can afford to buy. But if you don't, what are you going to do if the dip keeps on dipping? If you go all in now, what are you going to do if we drop to 47k or 42k and so on and so forth? You're going to have no cash left to buy at these levels. So my advice for those with limited funds is it may be worth waiting for a reversal confirmation. Sure, it means you may miss the bottom and buy slightly on the way up, but you'll feel better for it as opposed to going all in now, then seeing your investment drop and not being able to buy more. But again, this is different for each person. Stick to whichever strategy suits you. In terms of which projects, there are so many coins down over 75% from recent highs, so you can't really go wrong if you choose fundamentally sound ones. There are so many appetizing entries right now, but of course we can't spread ourselves too thin and dilute our gains. I would suggest sticking to sectors which are more likely to pump than not in this cycle. That means AI, real world assets, DeFi, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but yes, even memes. A quick note on gaming, there are projects in this sector which are down 80-90% from all-time highs. If you are bullish on gaming, this is a fantastic time to buy. My only issue with this sector is I'm struggling to see a strong catalyst coming in to spark these projects back into life. Yes, once the market pumps, everything will pump. However, I cannot see anything on the horizon that will allow gaming coins to provide us with better returns than something like AI, for example. However, this is subject to change and it's worth monitoring this narrative just in case we are provided with the catalyst. That all being said, here are some of the coins that I'm eyeing up to purchase. This ain't financial advice, etc, etc, and if you want further info on why these coins, I've covered them already in my channel or in Discord, or I will be covering them in the future. So yeah, I'm looking to purchase some TAO should it drop below $200. The reasoning is because this is my favorite AI project, lots of potential in this one being a 4-figure coin, and from $200 it should provide a clean 5 to 10x if not more in the right conditions. The reason it dropped so low was due to an exploit in their network which created a lot of FUD. Very few people, if any, were actually affected, and it's just short-term noise for me. Whilst an exploit on the chain is not a good thing, all top projects have gone through similar events in the past. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and more have all had some kind of exploit, downtime, severe end of the world type crisis attached to their name, and look at them now. I see the same or a similar outcome for BitTensor. Another coin I'm looking to add at these levels is Cubic. Very similar thesis to BitTensor. It's AI, a layer 1, down 80% from highs a few months ago. Very strong project fundamentally and currently only a few $100 million in market cap, but it has the potential to be worth billions in the future. Therefore, from current levels, this can provide upwards of 10 to 15x returns from this position. We've had huge sell-offs due to mining costs, I believe, but also recent exchange listings. We've had Gate, BitGet, and a few more on the horizon, which leads to a lot of holders selling out. However, when we are switching back to bullish scenarios, this will allow more volume and liquidity for Cubic, which should naturally drive the price up as more and more investors have access to the token. I know it was a big problem for Cubic only being on SafeTrade and TradeOgre. A lot of people I know personally weren't really looking to buy on those platforms, but we're now starting to get a few more credible exchanges, so yeah. Future looks good for this one. A smaller cap coin that I'm interested in buying right now is Exchange. This is my DeFi pick, albeit a more risky one. Mentioned enough times here already, but they've continued developing, integrating more and more chains and coins on their decks, and also will be looking to add an AI trading feature to Telegram users, which is very bullish. For the price right now, this is an excellent entry. There are rumors that venture capitals were buying Change at around 26 cents. So, we're 60-70% lower from that price. How much lower do you want to go if you're getting in ahead of VCs? Please keep in mind that this is a risky pick. However, risk returns from this level for Exchange, if everything goes well, this could provide 10, 15, 20x plus returns, even more so. Could go very parabolic, this one, if it gets the marketing nailed on. There are a few projects that if they drop below $1 in price, I'll be very interested in buying. One of them being Space Mesh, right now $1.33, still a very good price, but I would like to see it come down to $1. Top layer 1 project, already covered it on my channel, feel free to check that one out. Another one is Rio. This is a RWA project, another layer 1. I've been in this one from very early, so I don't mind giving this one a miss. This one did drop to 90 cents, which is a great price for this over the long term. If you are lacking an RWA project, this is one of my favorites. Anyone Protocol is also one I'm watching. This is formerly Atoll Protocol. You guys should know how bullish I am on this. Currently $1.36. I was hoping it would drop down to $1. But it teased us, went to about $1.15 and then quickly rose back up. So again, I was in this one from early. I'm not really pressured into or feeling FOMO or anything at these levels, purely because I've been in for a long time. But yeah, if it got to $1, below $1, I'd be very interested in buying this one as well. One sector which I don't have that much exposure to, but I'm thinking it may be a decent time now, is memes. I'm not a meme fan, but there's no denying their results and how they can attract retail. I've had a few blue chip memes shilled at me like Bonk, Whiff, Ponky. I can't believe I'm saying these names out loud. But the one that I'm looking at is Pepe Coin. This one isn't just a pure meme, but has some utility and a link to AI through based AI, and is a part of a kind of dual token model, I believe. But I want to see this one below $2 before I consider taking any action. But it's definitely worth considering, especially if it can manage to flip the other Pepe. I think people have been calling that event the Peppening, which, yeah, just gonna wrap the video up there, to be honest, guys. Getting too much into this meme stuff. But if you enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Please join the Discord so we can converse more easily, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.